And we should be live. There we go. Okay, welcome in. Ooh, got my foot trapped. That was not good. Good evening. What's up, everybody? How y'all doing? Welcome to the Glow Show. We're going to be rocking this thing. What's up? Hey, Philip, Red Squeak. Some of my favorite peeps right there. All right, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Oh, what's up, Andrell? Theo, how are you? All right, let's get this fine-tuned in. What's up, Chris? How you doing? People were asking about you yesterday. All right, we are doing dragonflies tonight, so let's rock some of these out. I wanted to do... I'm thinking... Is this that funky color? Yep. Let's be double sure, but I think it's the funky color. Unless it's just red. I think this is just red. Yeah, looks like just red. The red and that funky, cool Mega Mai Tai are almost identical in the way they look. Although I have a little bit right here, we can just use that. Anyway, how y'all doing? What's up, Dragonfly Creation? Hi, Leslie. Colleen Glass, how are you? All right, let's make some dragonfly wings. So I did manipulate the cameras a little bit. What's up, Sandollar? So we're going to have a little bit different view going on, and I don't have any other cameras hooked up right now. So for the close-up, it'll be a close-up of this so we can bring it in, but no side view tonight. All right, so we got that flattened out. Let's go ahead and bring this down. Give it a small pull. This is actually a really pretty color too. It's going to be some funky, cool wings. All right, let's see how my close-up works. Can you guys see that? Got that bouncing right there. Oh, no. I'm so sorry for Izzy. That's no fun. All right, we're going to pop that off. Let's go ahead and make another one. So we're making some dragonfly wings right now, and then we'll make the dragonfly body and put it together. And we'll see how that works. I have a different design for all this. we're going to try out tonight. So it should be pretty amazing. I hope it is. If it sucks, you guys can tell me. I'm okay with that. I can handle it. All right, let me see if I can get the close-up with the light source on it. Tell me if you guys can see this. It's just temporary until I get the other cameras up. You can see the, hopefully you can see that kind of coloring right there. Got that blue going on. It's the amber purple, dark amber purple version. All right, let's make 2 longer wings. Actually getting kind of short. I'm going to have to switch rods here. Put them together. All right, and here we go. We're going to make the larger portion of the Dragonfly wing. So they have a long wing and a little short stubby in the back. So we're going to do the longer version now. Then we're going to start making the Dragonfly. All right, here we go. It's a little bendy right there. Let's kick this on. And here we go. We're going to make the longer Dragonfly wing at the moment. That wasn't supposed to happen. Pulled a little too hard. There we go. And we're looking good. And one more, and then we'll build the Dragonfly body. Now for the Dragonfly body, I do it little marbles. I know a lot of people just pull a little straight thing for the Dragonfly tail, but Dragonflies have little ridges, like little, almost like marbles in them on the tail. So I try to replicate that as best as possible. Keep it nice and thin. All right, let me see if I can bring it in and show you all the coloring here. So what you want to pay attention to, the little wing right there, you can see all the little colors bouncing through it. I don't know if that's too strong. There. Now you can see some of the colors bouncing through. It's very, very organic. Completely organic. All right. I got to turn that one around. And then we're going to start the body. They got to be facing the right way. All right, body-wise, let's make this really cool looking. You know what? We're going to do a kind of really exotic looking dragonfly tonight. We're going to use this guy right here. Pull that off. Okay, I need that for the wings. We'll use this one. All right, so we're going to make a little bit of a ball. Now this is going to be too much of the same color. It's going to be too close to replicate it. Let's just do yellow. I haven't done a yellow one in a long time. So we're going to make a yellow dragonfly with some funky cool wings. Then we're going to put a little doodad on it to hang it by. So here we go. We're going to start by making a little round ball for the head. Bring it right out here. Get it proportionally right. About like that. Oh, I'm still on close-up. I probably should have backed it back out. There we go. Okay, we're going to put a punchy rod on this. Right here, we're going to build the body, and then we're going to make the tail. Don't want to make the body too big. You just want it big enough to be able to attach the wings. And then we'll go right into the tail. Okay, about like that. We're going to pull it down. Give it a little bit of a taper right there. And bring it back in. So now you can see that little bit of a tail section right there. We got the head going. Let's see if the filter actually works on this view. We'll bring it out, and this is how I see the world. Oh, the filter looks good on this angle. That actually looks really good. So that's what my glasses do right there. By the way, if you guys have not checked out Red Squeak's photography, you should really go look. I was blown away by it, no pun intended. And Dragonfly Creation and Grove's Glass Gallery for their glassblowing. All right, so we're going to start with the tail. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to make little marbles all the way going down it. Unfortunately, you have to do them one at a time. But the end result looks good. The end result of this looks amazing. Another little marble right there. And you want to try and keep that little gap right there. There we go. Another gap. And one more. I'll show you right after I do this next one. I'll show you kind of the progress of what happens in this, because it's pretty awesome when you start looking at it. There we go. We got a couple more to add on, but not much. So hopefully you can see those little ridges happening in that dragonfly tail right there, the little bumps like that. We'll bring it back out and we'll add a couple more. Just a couple more. Doesn't need a whole lot. Just a little bit. One there. One more. It doesn't need beyond this. Okay, I'm going to leave this attached. This is where we'll finish the tail off. But I need it on this end so I could add the wings. So now we got bump, 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 tail, little stinger down there. I don't know if dragonflies have stingers. I was always afraid of them. I thought they did when I was a young kid. Okay, we're going to pull the head forward just a little bit for a little nose, bug nose. Like that, melt it back in. And here is you can see all the little bumps, and it does look orange when it's hot, and then it gets back to yellow. So you can see all those little bumps. We got the tail formed. We're going to go ahead and start attaching the wings. Now, the way I do this is I pick it up with what's called a cold tap. So we just heat up the hot rod, bring it over, tap it right like that. Nope, I need the other side. Like that. And we come in and just fuse it on there. And we're going to burn it off. Meld that in, fuse that in there really good. I don't care if it falls. We can always straighten it back out. Okay, and wing number 2. There we go. Burn that off. Round that wing off a little bit. Fuse it in really good. Again, I don't care if it drips. Give it a nice little touch right there. We'll bring it over. So now we got the little wings on there. Bring it close up for that. So now we got the little wings on. And we got to do the other side. Just grab it here. Keep picking it up by the wrong end. There we go. Then we're going to grab the second one. Meld that in. Blend. Okay, there's a couple little things I'll show you here. We'll come up close for it. So when you do these, you're going to end up with some uneven wings. You got some that have points and some that are rounded. I always like to make the rounded sections a little bit. So we're just going to come in and trim that up. There we go. And then black, big old black eyeballs. Okay, I just saw that rod too. Here it is. Melt that in a little bit. All right, last little bit is to fuse those wings in really, really good. Like that. Let them bend down a little bit so they have a little bit of character to them. And there we are. So now we got the Dragonfly set up. But I don't like leaving with this tail all straight. But we'll try and show you the colors that we got going on right now. You can see that iridescence happening through there. Hopefully you can see the iridescence. Kind of like bluish amber. So next step, I don't like leaving the tail completely. Hey, Wendy, how are you? Charlie, what's up? Welcome in, TikTok. I don't like leaving the tail completely straight like that. It doesn't look natural to me. It looks very sculpted. So we just come out here and bend it a little bit. Like that. I think that little bend makes all the difference in the world. So it doesn't look like it's just a stiff sculpture, you know? All right, so we got that done. We'll bring it out. You can see all the colors starting to form in there. It's a beautiful dragonfly. What's up, Greg? Okay. Now, normally I put a hook on these, but I don't want to do that anymore. I'm not quite sold that that's the way to go anymore. So we're going to form a little vine, attach the Dragonfly to the vine. The vine will have the hook and the Dragonfly will be attached to it. And I think that makes a little bit better version of what I'm looking for. And here we go. We're going to fuse this one on just to add some length to it. What's up? Yeah, we're definitely. What's up, Donna? How are you? We're definitely doing some chaos. Robbie, how are you? Leslie, hello. Amy, how are you? All right, so we're going to add some color here. This we will use this color for. It's kind of like a caramel butterscotch color. A little bit more. Now I'm going to show you a little secret that not a lot of people show. We're going to take black and go on top of it. Why, do you ask? Do I put black and hide the color? And I'm about to show you. So we just layered black on top of that caramel color right there. And I'm going to show you exactly why we do that. This is it's a little trick that not a lot of people know about. Going to heat the whole rod up. Bring it out here. So we're just heating the whole thing up. I'm about to show you something that not a lot of people show. This is a little trick. If you're a glass blower and you are new, you will not want to forget this. Okay, we're going to bring it close up so y'all can get a good glimpse of that. Can you see how the clear went around the outside of that streak? And we got the caramel in there, but the black came through on top of the caramel, and it created a little trifecta of color right in there. So now we have a whole trifecta of color going through. And on the other side, we have just really cool, like it almost looks like a skunk stripe. Which is a really cool effect. And then we're going to create a little vine. Going to make a kind of like a little U shape right there. Leave it sit. Then we're going to heat up the part we did not flatten. This is the part we didn't flatten. And we're going to start folding. And it can be folded in any way, shape, or form. You just want it kind of being chaotic. So you're kind of mixing those colors up. I'm just going to keep coiling it all the way around. And that's perfect. Then we're going to put a little punty rod. This one has to be short. Okay, so we got that little look to it. We're going to take that little curly cue, bend it over really nice and easy. Just like that. Make sure it locks in just a little bit. Doesn't have to be all the way. And then we're just going to smooth it out a tiny bit. All right, let me bring it up before we do the attachment. So now you can see we got a little natural hook with a vine on there. I'm going to attach the Dragonfly to this, and then it'll hang off the vine, not the Dragonfly. And the other aspect is I want the Dragonfly to be kind of going up. I don't want to look at it from down. I want to look at it from the side. And I think that makes it hang better. I think it gives it a little more of a look to it. No, we're doing dragonflies. I'm sorry. So I always put a little nub here where I'm going to attach it. So we've got a little nub right there, just a tiny one. And that gives me my identification point where I want to attach it. And let's go ahead and grab our Dragonfly. We'll line it up. Like that. There we go. So one of the malfunctions I've had with the Dragonflies in the past, why I haven't liked them, is because they always look like they're hanging this way, okay? And you can't really see the Dragonfly from the side. But this way, when you're hanging it, you can see it holding straight up and down. And then it has a little vine on there. And the two ends will balance each other out. So the tail going one direction and the vine going the other will keep it balanced out. And that's why I do it that way. That's one version. Oh, thank you, Donna. Okay, then we just have to adjust it a little bit. So it will hang correctly. Still tilting a little forward. Okay. Been a while since I've done this version. So we're going to have to move this up a little. There we go. Oop, that was almost scary. That was slipping down my tweezers there. And that got worse. Why are you going worse? Yeah, that's definitely not the way I want it to hang. It went completely backwards on me. Guess we're definitely going to have to move it. All right, don't want to do this. Again, challenge. It's been a while. I haven't done this version in a while, but I don't like doing the hook on the back of the Dragonfly. I just don't like it. Gotta wait for that. Oh, I remember why. I used to put a flower on these guys. That's why. Not gonna, I don't know, maybe we'll do a flower version. Pull this tail down. There. I can't really hold it that far. But that way, it hangs that way now. Not any other direction. Did you crack on me? I might have taken too long. Nope, no crack. Just a streak. But anyway, so now it hangs that way, and we have the light source going on it. You can see all that. And it looks much better this direction. In a lot of ways. Well, it's been a while for that design, but yeah, I forgot I put a little flower on the end of it. It was kind of crazy. Sorry, I had to take a drink. Okay. Let's make a really funky version. We're going to take our electrum here. Do I have a drill? I do. Hopefully I got enough battery. We're going to mix it up a little. So we're going to make a custom color for the wings. This will have a shimmer wing. So it's going to be kind of reflective. That's all the shimmer we need. I think we're going to do a little light blue on it too. We'll add a little bit of this light blue to it. We'll make it a shimmer light blue. Yeah, I do actually have the computer chip marble handy. Let me mix this up real quick, Philip. We'll go right around that electrum. I don't care if it falls over because we're going to be mixing it up. Yeah, that color combo looked really good. This is going to be a great color combo. So we're going to take it here and we're just going to mix it up a little. Then we're going to use the drill and we're going to drill mix the heck out of it. If you've never seen a drill mixing glass, it's kind of cool. To get it folded into this little spot right here. Yeah, we're going to go full custom on it tonight. We're going crazy. We're going to throw a little bit of amber purple on it too, that dark amber purple. And it's going to make it kind of green. It's going to give it that green look. Hold on. going to give it a hint of green, greenish blue, and then definitely shimmer. Good night, Colleen. And here we go. A little bit more, we should be good. There we go. All right, we're fully mixed. Park this guy off to the side for a moment. Then we'll pull this down into a normal rod. And there we go. And then we're just going to straighten it out into a normal rod. And then while this is cooling, we'll make the body for the next one. And then we could come back and make the wings. Here we go. Okay, we got to seal this one up. Right there. So we're going to take a chunk of this off. We're going to remix it back into the drill because I have enough shimmer for the wings on the rest of this. We're going to make this into a really cool shimmer body. So we separate that. Let me see if I can get a good view of this for y'all. I don't know if you can see how shiny that is, but it's very silky shiny. So the wings will actually glisten as they are made. So yeah, that should definitely glisten. If I have one more larger rod, I would be really happy here. Oh, I do. You're a bit long, but that's okay. All right, we're going to take a little bit of this, that little bit of color right there. Now we're going to add a secondary color to it, get it a lot darker. So we're mixing all that in. And then I got to show Philip the computer chip marble here. Okay. I got fingerprints all over it. Just going to park that right there. So this is the computer chip marble. You can see the little galaxy on the inside with the air trap, and then there is the little PC computer chip sitting in there, the CPU processor, or whatever you want to call it, microchip. But that galaxy's insane on the inside. Then on the back, we have the uranium. So it's got a little hidden uranium galaxy, and then definitely has a cool galaxy on the back too. This marble's bad. Bad in a good way. Okay, so we're going to mix a color. We're going to do an amber purple shift color. So amber purple shimmer. Do I have the blue bunny? I don't have it right handy, but it's pretty close. Stephanie has it in the house. Of course, Philip. Got you. All right, let's do this really heavy amber purple, and then we're going to add the little bit more shimmer to it, create an amber purple shimmer. And we'll make the body out of this. It's going to look good. Let's add a little bit of the shimmer on here. And look at that. We're going to add this all in here. Kind of like ooey gooey taffy. And there we go. So now we're back to the drill. And we're going to drill mix it up. And here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, this is looking good. Can already tell. Okay, got that handled. We're going to remove a little bit from the front because this has a little bit of clear left on it from the rod that was in the drill. We just pull it down. I need the perfect rod for this. Break this one down. Got to get that out of the way. Fuse it in really well. Then we're just going to heat the whole thing up, pull it down a little bit. And we're just going to heat it up. There we go. We've got a nice even pull going. Okay, I'm going to leave that top section a little bit thick right there because that's going to be the body. I'm going to go ahead and separate it here. Pull this a little bit off, so it's now funky. All right, we got to shape out the head, the body, and then we'll start adding the tail together. What's up, Witch and Grandma? There we go. We're looking good. So we're going to trim it here, bring it out, round out the head. Right about there. And we're going to burn it off up here, really high up, and then round the back end off for the head. And it's going to be ready to go. We'll start making the entire Dragonfly after this. We'll do the body first, and then we'll come back and do the wings. Super simple. Just got to get rid of this little bit of clear up here. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to shape out the head. We're going to bring it down a little bit, get it a little round, and then we'll start putting it together. This is going to look fan-freaking-tastic. Yeah, this is going to be an amazing piece. Now this Dragonfly is going to be a little bigger than the last one we did. It's definitely going to have some distance to it on it. And then we're going to turn it into a cool sculpture. All right, let's give it a second. Pull that off. All right, we're good. Now we do have to round this section off a little bigger than normal. So we'll start building the tail down here. But you can definitely see how that is now glistening. I hope you can see that glisten. It definitely has that shimmer effect to it. And it's going to have a really cool color change to it as well. Okay, let's start building the tail. And back this way. All right, so now we're going to build the tail. Again, a bunch of little marbles to it. Yeah, the color change is going to look amazing. There's a little bit of double amber purple in here, or mega mai tai. They're actually pretty close to each other as far as colors. They're both color changing glass. There's nubby number one. Got to let it cool off, then we'll add nubby number two. Again, lots of little marbles on top of it. This is how I think a dragonfly should actually look, but that's my opinion. Doesn't mean I'm right or wrong. There's nubby number two. And we're going to build another one. Just one after another. We don't have too many to go left. But you do have to let them kind of elongate a little bit from where the first attachment is. So you attach, let it pull down, and then you make a ball at the end. A little bit smaller each and every time. Right there. and let it drip. Probably about 2 or 3 more max. We're going to start going much smaller now. So this whole Dragonfly is going to shimmer. The wings, the body, everything. All right, one last one. That's going to be it on the tail. And here we go. Keep it nice and small. We'll bring it up close. So now you can see, you can definitely on the larger one see those little ridges for the tail. They're like little tiny marbles going all the way around, which is pretty cool. And hopefully you got that little glimmer going in there. Let's go ahead and attach a little holding rod to it. Because like I said, I have to do it from the tail end. Make a nice solid attachment there. So now we'll separate it up here. I think that body's just a little too long. I'm going to modify it just a little bit. There we go. And that is much better. We'll separate it up here. Pull that off. This is going to look good. So now we got, oh, sorry, we're at the wrong view. Now you can see all that glimmer to it. I hope you can catch a little bit of that silvery shimmer to it. It definitely has it. And then once the amber purple starts kicking in there, it's going to start shading the color. So we're going to put it in there and start making wings. I want to prototype a new wing though, before we use the color on it. Oh, I could use this color. We're going to prototype the wing here. I'm not sure how it's going to look, but we're going to try it. Gotta pull this chunky monkey off here. Okay. So we're going to heat up a pretty big section. Yeah, it's going to be a big, this is going to be a big dragonfly. Definitely going to be a big one. I don't know if you guys can see that pattern in there. Can you see the like pattern going on? There's a little ridge pattern in there. We're going to test it. We're definitely going to test it out. Oh, I like that. I kind of like it. I don't know if you guys can get that glimpse in there, but there's a little bit of that patterning to it. Let's see if I can shine the light on it. Like that. Definitely has that really ridged pattern. Yeah, that'll look good. Okay, we'll do that. I'm going to leave it out just because. Yeah, it's got a whole different texture to it. I just hope I have enough here to do it. I should have just enough. I can't really make any mistakes. Move Mr. Drill out of the way. Yeah, just can't make any mistakes on this. These are the smaller section wings. And let's take this one down. Yeah, that's going to look pretty cool. So again, we got the texture to it. It definitely has that shimmer going. You can see the texture now. Okay, that's wing number one. We got 3 to go. What's up, Smoky Dwarf? Bill, what's up? And here we go. Been a while since I used that tool. Okay. I got to keep them lined up exactly the right way, or if the pattern goes backwards, then it screws the whole thing up. Definitely don't want to do that. Map gas, not really super easy. Map gas wouldn't be the easiest method. You could get started with map gas. You could get a bunch of soft glass. I wouldn't try map gas with borosilicate or Pyrex. All right, here we go. The trick is to heat the sides, not the top. If you heat the top, you're going to take out all those little patterns you added in. A little bit more. Okay, got that one done. Okay. Last wing. Told you I barely had enough. And here we go. So this is the Dragonfly we're doing. We're doing a large one. Oh, I only did a couple chain links, Smoky Dwarf. I didn't do a whole lot. We'll schedule a full chain build at some point. I just wanted to show people how to do them. They're not overly complicated. Yeah, chains are not overly complicated. And last one here. And there we go. Okay, this one we're going to clean up real quick. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and start the assembly. And make sure I line up the directional properly. There we go. We're going to go ahead and blend this all together really nice and smooth, make it ultra, ultra strong. And now you can kind of see the patterning going on there. It looks really, it definitely has that character to it where you can see the definition in the wings now with the shimmer. So that's the direction. Ah. Ah. Damn it. Butterfingers. There. Okay, let's not do that again. That direction. We got to really get this sucker fused in there. Little spot I didn't like right there. All right, we're going to add a couple little characteristics to it. Give it a little texture back here. Okay, a couple big old eyeballs. Okay, I'm pretty okay with it. That's a new design, 100%. So now you can see all the texture on the wings there. So we got that shimmer going, but you can definitely see the texture going on there. I like it a lot. So the next step is we're going to let it heat up, and then I'm going to go in and pull the tail down. Curve it, and then we'll build the little base for it. Yeah, I like the texture. I definitely like it. I wanted to do a really cool, I kind of want to put it on a dichro marble and then put it in an acrylic base. We're going to do a totally different dichro marble too. You know what? We're going to use a shimmer for the dichro on there too. Nope, it is not for someone. That's a brand new design. Never made it before on that. Not with the wings. How you doing, Betty? Yeah, I've never made that with those wings before. You saw me do this an hour ago? Nope, I was a figment of your imagination. You were totally, I was just a figment of your imagination. You didn't see me. All right, let's put the little dichro in here. Okay, here we go. Oh, we got some more shimmer on here. We're going to use lots of shimmer on there. This is going to look good. Thank you, Philip. I was going to perch it on a branch, but I think it's going to look good on a dichro marble. Wait till you see what I do with the marble. Give me a chance to make it look good. All right. Now comes the dichro side. This is the hard part. Yeah, I've never done those wings before. Those wings are like, I think I'm going to have to stick with them from now on for the bigger ones. Yeah, the bigger ones are just amazing. I've never seen anybody else do that. But that tool is no longer made, unfortunately. It's a really cool tool. Okay, so I'm going to show you. Yeah, they definitely show the. Okay, Betty, I still owe you something, Betty. I can't remember, but I think we still have a credit. All right, so now we got the dichro going around, okay? Now, this is a form of dichro that I've not shown a lot of people how to do either. Dragonfly, I think we could do 2 different sizes of them, because that one's big for bigger wings. I'd like to see it for a small one. No, it's not okay, Betty. I got to get that corrected. It's really not okay. When I saw your name and dragonflies, I was like, I think I still owe Betty some dragonflies. I know that some got lost, but that doesn't mean you should lose out. All right, so what we did is we went through and we put 2 little stripes of dichro on there, or black. Okay, and then we're going to twist this up. So you don't see me doing this a lot, but you're going to see the result, and it looks really cool. And here we go. Oh, Bea, don't buy tools on Amazon. If you need help buying tools, Bea, please message me. I'll help you. Don't buy them on Amazon. All right, now we're going to spin this up. So when you put the darker color on the side of the dichro there and you start coming through, what it does is it adds a little outside layer to your marble of color, but it still keeps the interior clear. I'll message you, Betty. I will definitely do that, Dragonfly. Considering this tool's not made anymore, you probably do a killing on it. You know what? I'm on liquid. I forgot. There we go. I'm back on my liquid tank. We can go bananas. I'm going to change my view, though. Back out. There we go. Let's add a little heat to the subject. Yeah, let's cook it. Everybody thinks the other guy gets a hot job. I got the hottest job on the planet. Let's do a temperature test. "4,000 degrees of insanity." There, let's get it. That's right, Bale. Okay, we got this one. We're going to add a lot of clear to this. Oh man, this is already bright. It already looks good. It already looks good, but it's just not big enough. Now we'll grab the 22 millimeter rod. This is almost 1 inch thick. This stuff is heavy. And we're attached. Let's go ahead and make the big old chunky marble. Yep, 4,000 degrees. Actually, I think this one's probably running right now about 42 to 4,400. I have it maxed out. I'm running my propylene mix. So it's propane and chemylene, which kicks up about another 500 degrees. So we're running propane. It's called propylene. Propane and chemylene. And it's insanely hot. It's insanely hot. But for this stuff, it works really good. I know the power of the sun. No, it's not even close to the sun. I wish. No, the only thing that really burns hotter than this is the hydrogen torches. All right, so we're making this gigantic, so we can attach it, the Dragonfly to it, and make it look really neat. We're almost there. And a tiny bit more. Don't forget to hit the subscribe or follow button if you are whatever platform you're on. It would help my channel out a lot, and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, now we're getting to a point where we got it big enough on this end. We're going to separate. Take it down a level. We're not going to go quite marble shape. I probably misspoke about that. I'm going to kind of keep it a little bit pointy, so the Dragonfly has some lift to it. But you'll definitely see that dichro bouncing through there. It's slowly dripping. I know, well, let me change the view. You're not probably going to see a whole lot in it right now, but there's a little bit of action going on. Right now it's just super red. I don't even know if the light will hit it right. Yeah, you're not seeing a whole lot in there right now. You can see a little bit, but not everything. When it cools off, that's going to be the game changer. All right, let's go ahead and punt you up to the top up here. Then we got to finish the bottom section. All right, let's get this all melded in. Let's kick it up for a minute. There we go. Just for a minute. Okay. That way off to the side. There we go. We're getting it looking good. So I just want to kind of round it out a little bit. I want to get rid of that ice cream cone look, trying to give it that teardrop. There we go. So I shaped it just a little bit, and then we can bring it back down. It'll help blend it. All right, let's, well, I'm kind of blending this. I can show you guys the filter. I haven't done this in a minute. So this should show up really well. This is how I see the world, like that. That's exactly what my glasses do versus that. So my glasses kind of transfer all that sodium flare out of there, kind of filter it. Nope, don't want that. Yep, you'll be beautiful. So I'm just using this as a little punty mark right now to thin this color out. We're going to separate that. I'm going to clean it up a little with some clear rod. Like that. I forgot my water bucket. Not happy. Okay. Here we go. Stick it on there. So I'm going to blend that in. And I'm hoping I have a darker green around here somewhere. I really thought I did. I just need a tiny little bit. Oh, there's a little bit right there. This is what I was looking for. All right, we're looking fantastic. This next step is going to be really cool. Come on, break all off. I need you clear. All right, got you off. And I need one more here. Too short. Ah. You are my huckleberry. So this is what's going to go into the acrylic base, this little rod. So we got to fuse this in really, really well. And we're going to heat that up. Bring it out. And we're going to give it a little tiny twist just to lock everything in there. Okay, we're good. All right, let's pull this top off. I'm leave a little nubby on there for the Dragonfly. I think I need the tiny, tiny, tiny one. I need this one. Okay, so what I did is I added all these little vines on here, kind of like a plant. Oh, it's really hard to see. Let me bring out the light. So I just kind of did these little strands of color running up and down it. You can see all those little strands on there as best as you can. Running all the way around. So it looks like little vines going up. Jen, Grandma 5, L to the B, how are you? And then I'm going to do a flower that, again, nobody ever shows. We're going to use a brass tool, and we're going to stamp the flower in there. So all the little vines that are going up are going to have a little flower design on it. Kind of like a daisy. So it's not intrusive. Oh, shoot, I froze. Sorry. Give me a second. Hold on 1 second. I'll be able to do this. There we go. I'm back. Sorry about that. Yep, I got it. Sorry about that. So we're adding the little daisy flowers on it. We're just putting it in by doing these little dots. So they're not necessarily a color, they're just impressions. So they're hidden, but not hidden. One more to go. So yeah, they're just little dots that look like daisies, but they're pushed in little clear doodads. I'll see if I can bring it up close for you guys. I don't know if you can see all those little dot impressions all the way around, but they are just little dotty impressions in there. You can kind of see, it definitely highlights it when it's lit up, like that. And then you got the little vines coming up. Yep, they're brass. I got a little spot that occurred on there. I got to fix it. I think there was a little something that came off the brass rod. Yeah, there was a little spot there. Got too hot. So let me just go redo this flower real quick. There, all fixed up. You can see all that color in there with the dichro. I am going to do it. I'm going to fume it just a tiny bit. That way you can definitely see the flowers, but they're not like overpowered. Give it a little texture. We'll throw some gold on there on top of that. Throw a little gold on there. Oh yeah, that did it. I was looking for this like look of it that I wasn't happy with. And then we got to burn it off the top. So let's burn the gold and silver off the top end so you can see into the marble area. So this oxidizing flame will burn off all that gold and silver on the top. And I'm running it right around the rim of where the flowers are. Okay, let's pull it in. I hope to God you can see this because it is really cool looking. It has all those little flowers, the gold, the silver, the color running all the way on the bottom. It's very, very cool. Deep inside is the dichro. It's really hard to see it. Almost looks like a little space galaxy flower nugget. Okay, next thing, we're going to park this in the kiln temporarily, and I'm going to shape the Dragonfly and we'll attach it. So we just have to take this guy out and bend the tail a little bit, and it'll be good to go. Go ahead and bend that tail. A little long. I'm going to pull one of these off. There is the Dragonfly, and we're going to add that onto that marble. Oh, these wings are really cool, actually. I'm going to give it a little tilt. So I gave it a little tiny tilt to it so it doesn't look so ordinary. Let's see, pop it way out. There. So it has a little tilt to it. And then we'll shine a light on it. There we go. And then there's the flower and it'll sit in a nice acrylic base. But yeah, that looks really kind of cool. I like it. It's the first one ever done like that. And there we go. Yeah, that one came out really cool. I'm very happy with that. No disappointments there. I think those wings are a keeper. Yeah, I think the wings are a keeper. Absolutely. Okay, Betty, we can do that or that one. All right, that has been 2 hours. So I'm going to take a short break for a little bit. I think it's kind of early. No, it's actually 9 o'clock. Holy crap. Yeah, I'll see y'all later. Thank you for joining me tonight. This has been a fun experience. I haven't done dragonflies in a while. So we'll talk to y'all soon. Oh, I'll show you dragonfly. Give me a second. I got to show dragonfly. And there we go. And then it sits on that little piece like that. So it'll sit like that in the acrylic base. But yeah, there you go. You got it. Of course. All right. Now we'll sign off. I gotta finish putting the cameras together. All right, you guys, I'll see you later. Have a good night. And I gotta move the port for the camera so it doesn't freeze anymore. I'll talk to y'all soon.